transformational, spiritual facilitator for 3/4 of my life, actually. It's just what I was born to be and do. It came very early through the death of my brother. Cops at the door at midnight on a Sunday night saying, sorry, your son's been in a fatal accident, and it was wake-up call time. And I bless him, and I now know, I have taught communication with him, that was his agreement in our family to be the wake-up call. And so my experience of being at the doorway of death is very comfortable for me. As a matter of fact, I travel pretty much every night. So I've had all this very profound, deep spiritual journey. I work a lot with Mother Earth and balancing the grid and clearing the collective trauma for humanity through eons of time. So that's been my job, and I'm kind of done. I am done. About 10 or 15 years ago, I got word, you're done. You've finished what you came here to do. I was like, then let me go. I'm so ready for what I know and remember is beyond here that I just have wanted to go. And it's like, no, you stay here. And I was like, why? I went into such a deep depression. It's like, because the one thing you haven't done is learn to live here in joy. You've loved this planet. You've come here to serve humanity for lifetimes, but you've done it through sacrifice. And it's necessary that you have a time here that's totally about joy, because you probably won't be coming back, and let this world bless you and you bless it. So my new job is to be a blessing officiant. I've always had altars, as you see. I do this everywhere. I do it anyway. I am always doing ceremony, whether it's obvious or not, and just blessing people. But I've been looking for something for about the last couple of years that could be my thing. And because I have all these deep practices, I thought, oh, well, I'll do that. But there's so many of me in the world now that are doing the 10 steps to this and the 30-day certification to that, and the, you can be enlightened and be a millionaire tomorrow, and it's just like, I can't go there, and good for them, but that's just not me. So I've been asking, what is it, and one thing is that I decided to become a formal officiant. So I'm mostly doing weddings, but my intent, and what's on my website, is birth to death, to hold space for people in all of their life moments and transitions, and also to bless spaces, and to work with the power of intention, to know that we are the creative force, and then when we really deeply listen inside, our hearts know what would profoundly fill us. And when we dare to make a space for that and call it in, and live like it's already happened, it happens. So I've been wandering around, what is it, what can I do? And I started to notice that I was finding people on Facebook that were talking a lot about breath practices, and that's been in my life for forever. But it's all about the masculine, well, if you do 6 breaths in and 5 breaths out, and if you hold it, and if you do all this special stuff, then you'll get enlightened too. And I'm like, no, that's not it either. And then I bumped into this guy, and he was talking about just the simple nasal breathing. If you close your mouth and breathe through your nose, all this magic starts to happen in the brain, in the lungs, in the everything. And then he did a video on humming breath, which is thousands of years old. It's called bee humming breath. Brahmari is the pranayama name. And it's as simple as breath in with mouth closed and making the sound like a bee. It's the most natural thing in the world. Kids hum, everybody hums. The benefits are almost harder to believe. We naturally, when we breathe through the nose, there's nitric oxide is activated in the nasal cavities. In the environment, it's a toxin. In our bodies, it's antiviral, antibacterial. It opens up the arteries. It takes the plaque out of the brain and out of the heart. It helps digestion. Just wild, all the stuff that it does. And when you hum, you get 15 times more nitric oxide just from humming. And the reason is that it creates this vibration. So you're already generating the nitric oxide, and when you hum, you're vibrating up into the brain and down into the heart, and they don't know why, but they've tested it, all sorts of scientific studies. So I was wandering around one day, and I walked down through Holly Cove a lot, and I'm thinking, humming, maybe that sounds fun, I'd like that, I love humming. And I'm thinking, well, how can I do this, and how would I get this out? And I walked behind Jay Inslee's house. There's bushes there and there's a little pathway there. And I heard him in his backyard and I went, humming for health and happiness for Washingtonians. We can make everybody in Washington healthy just from humming. And I got so excited. I almost was going to knock on his door because I actually somehow a little bit know him through neighbors.
Yeah.
And I thought, hold on, girl. Leave the guy alone. He's got enough on his plate.
He would have been so happy.
But I got lit up, and guess who I went to talk to? And I was like, I'm on fire. I want to do this. What can I do? And bless Laurie's heart, she said, well, why don't you just come here and make a table and just start humming and see if you can enroll anybody. So I went home and I made a little YouTube video, and I thought, I want to start light and sort of silly and goofy and not go into all the science and not go into all the esoteric stuff. So my first video is just You Are My Sunshine humming. So I was wondering if we could do that together, and then if you have one, your little favorite kid song, we could do that. And then if we would just do 5 breaths of the deeper practice, it's you close your ears and your eyes just to focus inward. It's not really even necessary. And the key elements are to breathe in with a little restriction in the back of the throat. It's called Ujjayi breathing. And let the exhalation be really long and slow. And that's what builds up the nitric oxide. And also to play with the tone, the high pitches, see where that takes your energy. It's usually up, and the low tones down to the heart. And when you play back and forth, synchronize the heart and the brain, and it's amazing. Serotonin, dopamine, it's quite extraordinary. And the thing that inspired me was the antiviral. Like right now, everybody's so anxious and scared and stressed. And there's so many preventative practices that we can use to keep our body safe, so that even if we do get it, we're not going to get it so severely. And it's just happy. It's just for fun. So, you okay with this?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to do You Are My Sunshine first, and it just goes like this. So this is karaoke night. Who's got a request?
I'd love to do Row, Row, Row Your Boat.
All right. Okay. I did this on the Hood River. Okay, here we go. And we'll do a little bit slow on the exhale. So
you don't open your mouth to breathe.
no opening of the mouth.
Really works.
What does it do?
It really works.
What does it do?
Oh, it's just like the energy, just this transformation of the energy.
What do you feel? What did it do?
Much more positive.
Positive, yeah. I mean, we would sing these songs to our children, you know, and I would, or my niece and nephews, and so it just adds, there's an extra benefit to it. So we'll do 5 breaths of the traditional practice, and if you want to do this, you can. And it's basically, you're just closing the ears. You know the little lobe, you actually press on the outside of it, and you don't press hard. And then if you feel like it, you can close your eyes, and all it does is make you pay attention more. And then as you breathe in and hum, you can try going, see where that goes. Visualize it maybe going up into your brain, you know, where our thoughts go, the energy follows. And just imagine it's turning on all the neurons, all the connections, stimulating all the different parts of the brain. And then you might feel it down here in your heart and play with it any way you want. We'll just do 5, okay? So at your own pace, breath in, and don't do this if you don't feel like it. over your heart and your right hand over your left hand. Just gentle breathing and receive all this goodness, whether you know the science or understand it. Just have a moment of trust that you've just given yourself an incredible gift. Beautiful healing energy and lightheartedness. And then just take a moment to feel in your heart what your deepest heart's desire is, either for yourself, your business, someone you love, our whole human family, our planet. What's the extraordinary thing that you would dare to claim is the creator of your own reality? It can be something practical for right now or something wild. With all this beautiful energy stirring both in your heart and in your brain, feel what it feels like when I snap my fingers and it has already happened. And in this soup of light-filled, oxygen-filled, vitality-filled energy, it's already happened, and feel how that feels. No effort, no time delay. You're already there. And then however that makes you feel, now if you would just open your hands out towards each other and imagine our beautiful earth and our lovely flowers and all that bounty that was on our colorful altar cloth. And just send that to each other. I'd also like to ask that we include Pam Sproul here. She wanted to be here, and her mother's getting ready to make her transition, and another family member has just crossed over. And her wish is that her mother have a gentle transition whenever the time is right. And feel the power we have to bless everything and everyone from this place of inner health and happiness, inner well-being, and claiming our power to create our reality no matter what is going on in the outer world. May there be peace in our hearts. And if you feel inclined, I invite you to invite others in your life to join you in humming for health and happiness. Blessed be. One more little thing. Everybody gets to choose a bee sticker. I have to come to your classes, so okay, we'll start this on this side and we can go around. You can have a bee, you can have a honey pot, you can have a bee with a crown, you can have
Oh, I want a honey pot.
I know.
You have a honey pot.
Wait, what?
She looks totally crazy.
Yes, exactly.
I need to put, oh, do I have to?
So my dream is that somehow I'm gonna get people to send me in their videos of them humming, and that it's gonna go viral enough that I am gonna reach out to Jay. They have all these other campaigns. They have one of singing happy birthday to wash your hands. They have an orca with a mask on. They have another one with the map of Washington that says WA WSH, wash your hands.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, why not hunt for health and happiness?
Yeah.
Have you seen those great videos of the